Character design is provided by Demon Artie. Be sure to check her out over on her social media platforms. Links to her Twitter and Instagram are going to be in the description down below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
810-454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Masters of the Universe, Revelations Episode 2. And it just continues on with just Teela being just this awful person. Just awful.
And just a person I don't want to ever be around, even in real life. Why would I want to watch it in my shows?
There's some things that she says that just is downright horrible for kids or even anyone's lessons to be taught. Terrible.
It's almost crazy how much she hates the idea of a hero.
Right, 100%.
She doesn't dislike the whole idea. Oh, magic did this to my life, whatever. No, she hates the idea of someone sacrificing for the greater good. She pretty much tells the other girl, which she probably has a name, I don't know her name, but where she's like, oh, let's do what's right. Oh, that's a stupid thing to do. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and it's not like, and then the point that she's trying to make is that, oh, you're more valuable than just being a hero. But no, it's not that. It's not the fact that being a hero makes me who I am. Doing something and helping people makes me who I am.
If Teela was a villain, and then she's slowly trying to change her ways, also living for myself, but then slowly walks the path of the hero, Teela didn't need a redemption. But they made her, awful to give her this weird redemption arc. It's weird.
It's really weird.
Again, at least with Catra, she was already a villain.
Yeah,
she was already a villain, so at least you can say that. No, Teela was a hero.
An amazing hero that went last second hero abandonment.
Yeah.
And now she's just this pissy...
But it's not even the fact that she don't want to be a hero. She doesn't want anyone to be a hero.
No.
That's awful.
She thinks it's straight up stupid to be a hero.
Just to think for money.
You're a sucker.
And this is a show that has a character like He-Man in it. By the way, he's the ultimate hero. So it's like, what are you talking about?
While we're watching this He-Man show, as if someone wished for a He-Man show in a monkey's paw.
That's exactly
what this is what you wanted, right?
He-Man's in every episode.
That book did lie. Kevin Smith, you lying sack of crap. He lied.
It makes it even worse, I think.
Because
it's snarky. He could say that to your face and technically
he was in the episode.
Yeah, he said in the monkey's paw, then you're like, why are you laughing? Oh, nothing.
But that's something I expect from a slimy Hollywood type person. That's someone that was from New Jersey.
We'll give you a He-Man in every episode. Just give us the fun.
That's what it is. I hate that. That's terrible.
Damn fool didn't read the script.
And I really honestly did like Kevin Smith a lot, but now I'm just...
I kind of hate the guy.
Yeah, it's down.
And he attacked the fans.
Oh, that's what made it worse.
And what's the go-to thing? Man babies. How about people who dislike your show? So it's impossible to have criticism of the show?
No.
No, you gotta love it.
You gotta love every aspect.
I remember even you were talking about Crimson in one of your tweets today about someone retweeting talking about you can never criticize anything online.
Oh, this is their thing. If it's something that's made by a mega corporation, if you say that it's bad and you do a YouTube video, you're making it more popular. Makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense because if I tell you this restaurant is awful, that means they're going to sell 1 million burgers.
No, that means they're going to eat the diarrhea food and keep eating it.
Yeah, because it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
The only way that works is if you're already a famous person and you say something about something that's out of your purview, then you could say that, but not a regular person.
The only time that negative commentary equals good is if the thing itself wasn't bad.
Right.
So this thing's horrible, then a person checks out and realizes, oh man, that was actually pretty good. No, this is actually bad.
Yeah.
And that's an honest assessment that it's a bad story.
And then actually in the last couple of things that we've done before, the Masters of the Universe, weren't bad. Loki wasn't bad, all that, and people were criticizing, but this time they were right, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They were right.
They were right about this series.
But we open up and we get some desert punk looking people. They have masks on and everything. They bust out the dragon radar.
I'm am I watching heavy metal here?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like He-Man at all.
And the first line of dialogue.
Oh man, it stinks in here. I'm not watching Masters of the Universe. I'm watching some 20-something-year-old in a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, some weird sci-fi cartoon I'm watching.
And it feels like how characters talked in Korra, Legend of Korra, where they're kind of we're from 2021, but we're in this magical world, but it's the dialogue just doesn't fit.
Yeah, the time period. I know He-Man doesn't have a time period, but you kind of think medieval You think maybe
even like Final Fantasy, where they have technology, but they also have magic,
and they speak a different way. This doesn't feel
this young girl character sounds too hip and young.
Right.
She doesn't belong in this world.
No.
So they're, I guess, scoping something out. And of course, the other person isn't talking. It's Teela. And was anyone shocked that it was Teela?
No.
But she's not talking for what reason? To make it like a weird reveal.
She's trying to be cool.
So they see a bunch of trash, and it's like trash from like today, like in trash bags.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like Masters of the Universe.
No. I don't remember seeing trash bags.
Did you sort your recycling?
Right. Yeah. It just is.
Oh, I know it's garbage, but it really stinks.
I keep getting crappy
just
banter.
like our dialogue.
Crappy banter like this.
But they find some glove, or it's like a gauntlet thing. Then it's, get away from my trash, and it's Stinkor. He's like a big skunk man.
Guys, tell me, was Stinkor ever in the cartoon? I don't remember the cartoon. I remember the toy, but I don't think it was in the cartoon. Maybe I'm wrong. Comics. Let me know. Maybe the comics.
Or maybe he was a one-off villain. Maybe. They made toys of everything.
Yeah, they did.
But, so, he's like, give me back my glove. Oh, man. Then they get into a fight. He does all these stink moves.
Yeah.
Then Teela breaks out her staff and does like remember Key-Man would do a whirlwind? She does it with her staff. That wouldn't work.
And also, she does it effortlessly. Like, totally just goes...
And the stick has no fans or anything on it. Like, it doesn't have flats. So how's it blowing anything away?
And no offense, I love when He-Man did it because he would actually show a whirlwind and spin around. It was funny.
This might have worked if she would have spun it around her body to kind of get like a motion, but she just does it above her head.
She can't. She's not He-Man's strength. She can't do it.
No.
Then we get a zoom in, and Stinkor gets kicked out of the building and flies like 500 feet.
How does she even have the ability
to do that? And it even makes a...
Okay, and also another thing people can tell us, Teela was strong, but she wasn't superhuman strong, right?
No, of course not. And the thing is, in the original series, there would be like little moments when they would fall and they would make noises, but Teela wasn't the one doing that.
And so yeah, he makes a little... Yeah. I expected to hear Goofy Yahoo! That's how silly it was.
Yeah, a little goofy action.
The goofy Disney.
Yahoo!
So they jump out there. Oh, we beat your ass. And then the girl takes off her mask. Oh, that was great.
And then it's the reveal of the short hair.
This haircut is ridiculous.
Terrible.
I don't see this haircut in real life like ever.
No.
Like ever.
No.
I don't live in a big city or anything, but it's not like I live out in the boonies and I don't see anyone. I don't, even on girls that are like punk rock looking, no one has this haircut anymore.
No.
It's so 2015-ish, and no one wears this haircut.
No. It's 2000 and late.
Yeah, so it was 2008 and this is 2000 and late.
Yeah.
And we beat his ass.
Here's your money.
And then they broke this guy's cart and my cabbages. He looked kind of like that situation. Then she throws him some money for busting up his stuff. So they go to this lady, they return this gauntlet, and I guess it's some magical thing. And she's like, it shouldn't have been able to be stolen because of the magic. You don't need magic, you just need better security. Technology's the answer.
We found it with this.
I use this thing I invented to find it. It's like Bulma's Dragon Radar.
Yeah, here's the thing, guys. It's almost to the friggin' point where it's like, okay, we're going to write Teela as a person to say we hate this show. Mm-hmm. We hate what He-Man was. Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like. Yeah. That's what it does, honestly.
Yep. And then they're kind of using this weird kind of magic as some type of religion that people believe.
It's magic is a metaphor for religion and for the old fans.
And yes, yeah.
How dare you like this stupid thing that's stupid? It's full of stupidness.
Well, how do you think you're gonna endear the fans of this? I don't understand this thinking.
It wasn't made for the fans.
No.
Again, this is like Lower Decks. It was made for people who hated He-Man.
But at least She-Ra was honest in what they were doing, as bad as it was. This is saying, remember that very intro from the first episode, how great that was? No, you're not getting that.
Yeah, this is
Forget that.
Ultimate bait and switch.
I mean, just look how Teela stands. She's so full of herself. She's an obnoxious, irritating, freaking arrogant bitch.
And especially being rude to this lady that was thankful you got the stuff, but then I have to trash.
Just give me my money.
Yeah, trash.
I'm gonna trash her stupid religion while I'm at it.
And then the glove was something. It was a weird name.
Yeah, it had a really silly name.
I don't know if that's in the canon. But
there's no way they named it that if it wasn't.
Yeah.
If it was, that's ridiculous. If it had nothing to do with it.
Also, and the lady, I feel bad for her. She doesn't really say anything after Teela just totally craps on her, and she just kind of walks away.
She just walks off. And then even her partner is looking at Teela like, my God. Do you have to crap on her religion too? She doesn't say that, but she just looks at her like...
I hate to say, besides the stupid 2020 talk... Speak, she actually seems pretty
decent.
She
has the mindset of a young hero.
Right.
Well, she's a little inexperienced.
But she wants to get adventure. She wants to do the right thing. She wants to help people.
But Teela can care less. I don't care.
Time for her to get to her next job. Look at that. Yeah. Look at the posturing is just awful.
And also, I hate to say this too, the posturing is that of like a warrior male.
Villain.
A villain, yeah, that too. A villain male.
Or that anti-hero, like a Deadpool character, who honest to God wouldn't care about someone's feelings, because he's kind of a bad guy too.
Right, yeah.
So they just made Teela into this completely different character. Why not just have a brand new character? Why not have all the characters die, and then there was a new hero a girl that grew up in a world without magic, and then everyone talked about how great it was, but it wasn't in my life, so I hate it.
Yeah,
right.
like it's almost like a fable to her.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but Teela saw it. She saw it. She was part of it.
And actually, that would be even better, because then you could show that magic really, it was slowly going away. So this could be 100 years later.
Yeah.
1,000 years later.
Jeez. She works for the Dark Wizard and Fly of the Dragons. The one who was in magic, the one who didn't believe in magic anymore. The wizard.
But anyways,
So this old lady pops out of nowhere. Hey, ladies, want to make some money? And she kept winking.
and it's like Evelyn.
Yeah. And as soon as she said, "Oh, I need you to retrieve a cup from an old friend," like, "Oh, that's Skeletor's."
And even the way she comes and appears, you could just tell. Okay, this is Evelyn. I mean, you have to be an idiot not to see that.
And then she's like, you if you think it's a magic cup, you're better off relying on technology than of magic. Anytime she has a chance to crap on it reminds me of the atheist who hates religion so much he can't stop talking about religion.
Right.
It's like,
You're the one that's talking about it. I'm not even bringing it up.
There's the two tenets of being an atheist. You don't believe in God and you hate him.
Right. You cannot just not believe and be okay with it.
Yeah, Teela does not only does she not believe in magic, she hates it.
Yeah.
So it's not even real, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Even though she lived her whole life with magic and she saw it in whatever. Right. So she's like, "Oh, retrieve this cup for me, but it's in Snake Mountain." And they're like, "Whoa!"
And I think it's so funny too. It's like, okay, you wanted the cup back for your friend that lived in Snake Mountain.
Yeah, my friend's in Snake Mountain.
What else is that?
The old lady's like, "We had the craziest raves."
Right.
It's so stupid. How could you not know it was Evelyn? Was anyone surprised? Anyone?
If anyone was, I feel sorry.
You were a little kid and you just don't get basic comprehension skills of what's going on.
Then,
I'm sorry.
Then when they mention Snake Mountain, she's like, "I remember Snake Mountain." Flashback. We see Teela's like in a pit. She's trying to get out. She can't get out. Someone gets knocked down. She climbs up a monster. By the time you showed up, and then He-Man's like, I couldn't. It would be rude of me not to share some of the fight with you. Then they get into like a little fight, scuffle thing with the bad guy, and they knock him out. So that's how we got He-Man in this episode.
Yeah, that's it.
So Kevin Smith wasn't lying that He-Man was an episode, but here's the big double middle fingers. F you, Kevin Smith. You knew exactly what you were talking about. You're a freaking lying sack of suds.
You know what gets me really mad is the fact He-Man acts like He-Man totally. That's what gets me so mad. Why can't we get that show?
Well,
he acts like himself.
A good story of this would have been if Prince Adam would have lived, maybe damaged, maybe not.
He can't be He-Man no more.
He can't be He-Man anymore. Yeah. So now he has to be the hero as Prince Adam.
But he has to fight with, he has to have Teela with him because he's like.
But Teela's going to have to do the heavy lifting now.
Yeah, and he's going to be more of the side thing, but they have to work together.
Yeah.
And then how much better would it have been to have that other girl be that inspiring hero? Adam that was a hero, and then Teela the one that's losing.
And then
faith.
you can even have Cringer, and he has to kind of help, even though he's a scaredy cat of everything.
Yes, that would have been.
But they're not sound like way better than what we get.
So then it goes back to modern times, and they're at the gates of Snake Mountain.
Oh, we missed the funniest part. Are you afraid of Snake Mountain? Oh no, I'm experienced.
Yeah, she. Remember how in the first episode, I thought it was really weird that she was talking herself up about how great she was. She continues to do that about how awesome she is, how strong she is, how she doesn't need anybody, and she never stops saying it.
And and just like all these shows that are like this, no pushback. No, she's right. She's right. That's how they write it. She's correct.
Correct. Every time.
Oh my god.
So there's like a laser wall, and then the other girl, they forgot this too. This other girl's an engineer. Do STEM research, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All girls want to be engineers. They've been pushing that for about a decade, and girls don't want to be engineers. That's just facts. If you're a woman and you want to be an engineer,
more power to you.
Do it with all your heart and soul. But this idea of pushing people into a field of science and they don't want to do it doesn't make more of that field.
Guys, you have to understand. Human beings, male and female, are different. They go into different occupations. It's fine. It's fine. It's just the way it is.
And when you go through K through 8 education, there's more female teachers.
Yeah.
And there's more female pediatrics. Yeah. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not forcing men into pediatrics to make it 50-50.
And then when you get to high school, it starts to get a little more even. And by college, there's maybe more male than there are female
Because that lady like praised whatever. It wasn't her. It was us and my friend who's an engineer, and that's not magic. It's science.
Oh my goodness.
And then she turns, looks at the camera, and she winks, and the STEM logo comes flying towards the screen.
I know.
Like the old He-Man logo.
And then you got her going around spreading her anti-magic literature everywhere. Her manifestos.
Then at the end it says if it's really against Christianity. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, that happens later in the episode. It's anti-religion. And it's all about science and STEM and engineering. Are they hoping a little girl watches this and thinks, I want to be an engineer now? Do they really think that's going to happen?
Or girls are just going to forget. They're not going to care.
I hope their main goal is the girl, realizes, I don't want to even know about magic.
But
Magic
remember,
sucks.
they had to do this, guys, because there was no female protagonist that was like He-Man, American according to Michelle Gellar. Yeah, she literally said
there's
that.
There's an interview with her saying, I was waiting for the girls. You never watched She-Ra?
She-Ra.
That was like 90% female cast?
At one point, She-Ra was kicking so much butt, it was beating like Barbie and all that.
Yeah, for about a good year.
A good year.
That's crazy.
Don't watch those interviews. They'll just irritate you because someone off camera should have been like this. Stop talking, you dummy. You don't know what you're talking about.
Or even said, cut. Okay, we're going to reshoot that and we're going to tell you something really quick. There's a show called She-Ra.
You are working on a He-Man show. How in the hell do you not do a little research on the He-Man universe? Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Type in He-Man, other spin-off shows.
Or just, again.
Simple.
So they're like, oh, we can't get into this place because she's the sidekick character. Again, if she has a name, I don't know what it is. And with only 6 episodes, I may never learn it. She's like, oh, wow, you pushed the wrong button. Then, like, boom. Her dialogue is too young sounding. I don't like it. It doesn't sound like it belongs in Eternia, but it belongs in 2021 San Francisco.
Right, right.
But then she's like, oh, this door is being guarded. It's not being guarded because I don't think we have a way to get in. But she remembers that little trapdoor thing she was trapped in. She opens it. And I guess her staff is a multi-utility staff. It's a staff, it's a sword, it's a shovel.
Yes.
I mean, Batman would be proud of how this thing goes.
He's like, where did she get those wonderful toys? So she breaks out the shovel and then looks at the other girl and you start digging. What the hell? So they dug through the wall. That would take forever.
Yeah. And not only that, a little bit early in the episode, Teela even bashed her friend. I go, that's the first time I've ever seen a white person bash a black person in a long time.
Yeah, well, she's constantly telling her that you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, being a hero.
What is she like just being mean? Oh my goodness.
And then somehow they shovel really fast. I'm like,
they get it done in seconds.
Here's the thing, wouldn't you have to put supports up and stuff so it didn't crumble in on you?
No.
And also, He-Man can do that, but not you. Like
He-Man has the ability to make himself like spin around real fast and make a drill. You can't do that.
It's just weird. So they get into this place and we see like a bunch of monk-looking dudes walking around, and then one of them's the Terminator. He turns around, dun 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 dun.
Again, this feels like heavy metal. Does not feel like He-Man.
Or at least a little.
Oh, you say Wakanda?
Or a Hordak. Hordak was the.
That makes sense.
Wouldn't that be a hell of a twist that Hordak came in? There's no more magic and he's all technology.
But then you have to have She-Ra then.
I know, but maybe because after everything got split, She-Ra lost her powers too.
Yeah, maybe.
It should have been about She-Ra and Adam having to work together, not with their powers.
Right.
With this Ghidorah and Adam.
No.
So we see a bunch of robots walking around. They beat up two and steal their costumes. Okay, we're going back and forth between silly cartoon and like we're too badass to be silly. Then they literally do steal their costumes.
They pull a Scooby-Doo.
So they go into this thing and it's full blown crazy religion, but it's like technology religion. Yeah, it's just like how in She-Ra where Horde Prime was like this crazy religious zealot. It's the same thing. Oh, praise the mechanical gears. Well, then it's just all that over the top, crazy, insane cult.
I think it's Triclops. And correct me wrong. I think it's him, and he just is going. It's so thick, it's ridiculous. It is
Lockjaw.
Lockjaw just gone insane. Literally, just take certain words out, and they're doing a Christian sermon like a crazy one that you but a leftist would take.
Oh, brothers, you must be baptized in the waters of the machine. Basically. He has Dr. Robotnik's plan of roboticizing everybody. Because you see two people and you think they've been kidnapped. No, they came willingly. Yeah. So who am I to stop you?
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like you shouldn't drink the poison, but
that's up to you, bro.
No, it's like a Jim Jones situation. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's where that came from.
So there's the Chalice, and it has like a bunch of like mechanized machines in it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna turn this dude. I thought they were gonna force it on him, but he's like, oh, thank you. He wants to do it. drinks it, turns into a half robot with an eyeball that can come out of his head and a big buzzsaw arm. And he loves it.
I would like the buzzsaw.
Rock on. I can frame a house in 3 hours.
Look at this. I can cut bread now from my own hand.
He's all, my baking job just became 20% easier.
He's all cutting it.
So they're like, oh, praise the mechanical god and the gear. It's so over the top. There's even a big stained glass. It's ridiculous.
It's very over the top.
And then after all that, then Teela's like, oh, and then she's like says something stupid and snarky and takes off her cloak. Okay, we know. Oh, Teela, you solely Snake Mountain. Oh, I can barely tell it's Snake Mountain with all the dumb stuff you guys added here. And all this technology. Oh, well, stupid.
Well, didn't she just praise that 20 minutes ago?
I think she just hates everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's right in her eyes.
No, everyone's wrong. She will take the opposite position of anything just to argue with you.
Yeah, if you ever seen this old segment of Living Color and the guy's playing Steven Seagal and like people are voting for Gore or Bush and then he said, we voted for Gore, wrong answer, he breaks his neck and then Bush, wrong answer, okay, what the hell?
Yeah, everything's wrong.
Everything's wrong. That's
Everything
what
is
she's doing.
wrong.
So she's like, oh yeah, screw you, let's fight. So we start this big fight. And it was really funny because she was posturing again, like stretching her arms like, oh, get ready for an ass whooping.
Just attack her.
Then they just like rush her and then she's like, oh no, they rushed me. And then she has like this look on her face like,
What did you think was going to happen? You just revealed yourself. Of course they're going to attack you.
Then she starts the ass whoop-a-thon. Of course, no one can beat her because she is who she is. Everyone's running at her. I think her staff turns into a sword again. Beating dudes up, chops that guy's arms off right in front of his daughter.
Yeah.
And the daughter's like, oh no, you almost killed my daddy. She fights Lockjaw, knocking him around. There's some guy who was like a robot with buttons. I don't know if he was a...
He might have been a character, but I don't remember him from the cartoon.
He has an exploding feature.
But he has to keep turning himself off.
Because he was going to blow up. So
Yeah.
he turned off like, oh, I'm glad that got turned off. Then she gets like grabbed from behind by the dog. Like the dog, she goes after the daughter to save her, but she drank the thing too. So now she's a machine. She's like, oh no, she gets all wrapped up.
First, Teela was going to save her, like, oh, don't worry,
Yeah.
I'm going to save you. And she's like,
Oh, she does the whole Reagan, turns her head.
yeah.
At that moment, get out of there. She's like, what's with the hero standing still in the show?
I know.
They are the worst at that.
We had that from episode 1, remember?
When
When
He-Man
He-Man
stood-
standing there, He-Man, do something.
So she's getting choked out by this dude's eyeball. And she's like, harder. So she's getting choked out. And then
this is very
this whole
stuff.
entire fight, the other girl was doing nothing.
Yeah, just kind of like watching.
But she has throwing stars, shurikens, or I remember I watched a documentary on ninjas. The guy called them shurikens. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it.
I say shuriken.
But this guy seemed really adamant about saying it that way. So I want to say shurikens. So it's shurikens. And they're like full blown like ninja ones, like we would get at the dollar store.
And they're like electricity, so it like messes up things with electronics.
So she then I beat you. Then Lockjaw bites on like because she had like that glove.
The
They
metal.
chopped that guy, got his arm chopped off. Then remember it had the buzzsaw. She activates it. Did she kill Lockjaw?
Because Lockjaw
Like,
falls over, you don't see him again.
You see the blade go towards his face in here. Did it kill him?
He's dead. Like that blade went right to his
So
skull.
is this it?
Brother's dead.
So is it Kevin's job to kill off all the characters?
Remember
The
this
original He-Man?
character dead.
I know.
Kill Teela.
Yeah,
Surprised Teela didn't wear Skunk Man's freaking.
And why was Triclops
skin.
like wearing a big giant Pope hat and everything?
I know.
Okay,
It's on the
magic
nose.
is religion. We get it.
It's like I said, it's so thick you can, I don't know.
Who's this green guy? I forgot his name.
I don't
But he
remember.
starts fighting. Remember, she fought him in that flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Deja vu. She did. There's a lot of lines that Teela gives, and they just sound like. You want to take another swing at that line, Michelle? You're just not. It's just not hitting.
No.
None of the banter, none of the jokes are landing.
No.
at
And you can
all.
tell Michelle Gellar's not giving a performance. Because I personally like her as an
I thought she
actress.
was great in Buffy, and I liked her in a bunch of other
Well,
stuff.
she was
But
really
this
good
is awful.
in Rebels when
Yeah.
she was the Inquisitor. Very good in that.
Because
This
she's
is
playing a character. So it's just like, I'm just reading my lines and Michelle Gellar, just get it out. That's
get
what
it
she
out.
feels like.
Yeah.
But then her and her friend do the same move that she did with He-Man. Remember, she like got swung and kicked some.
But she
and-
doesn't.
But kick the guy with the blow up button, and then he can't stop it, and it blows up. And the bad guys aren't dead; it just blew up. I'm surprised they didn't have birdies flying around their heads, and they're like all dizzy.
I know.
It goes from like to this weird place where it's silly sometimes.
Yeah, or like there's a little fire on him and he's like putting it out. Ooh,
Heavy
rolling
metal
around.
to like Bugs Bunny. Guys, it's
weird.
like, what the heck are we
The
going
tonal
here?
shift is so weird.
And it's quick too.
So they get out of there, but then like the machines start chasing them, and they're hand drawn.
Yeah, they look better here, but like that's so different because the last episode they weren't hand
They're
drawn.
3D and they look stupid.
This
They
looks
wanted
way better.
they wanted them to look stupid.
They wanted them to look bad so they could show look how stupid the 80s designs were.
Yeah,
But well, we gotta get out of here. Whoa, she jumps down, and it's also a grapple hook.
of course it is.
This thing can do everything.
Oh yeah.
Would it be so hard for her just to have a couple of gadgets on her? No, she has a dual stick.
Everything. I'm surprised it doesn't have.
It's the freaking thing from Doctor Who, the screwdriver.
I'm surprised
it
it
can do
have-
everything.
It doesn't have a teleporter. It should have that.
Just said, whoa, I could have just used this the whole time.
All I need to see is the TARDIS.
Yeah, I know, right?
What
She
is
can do
this?
everything. So they end up in the catacombs of Snake Mountain, and there's a big Cthulhu monster in there, and it attacks everyone but them.
Yeah, but they get it to somehow come out, like they threw something at it, or
Did they? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I thought Teela did something. I could have.
I don't remember
I
what.
thought she ran by and farted and it woke it
But
up.
some, of course, didn't get them though. Of course not.
Yeah, of course, because they're amazing. Triclops still alive. We get back to the place where the lady hired him, and they're walking around. Oh, that was your old life? Oh, man, how did you ever stop? Because I stopped believing. Like, it's just like this. The other girl's like, wow, that was fun. Let's be heroes. No heroes.
Next job.
Like, she's got to Rorschach levels of hating humanity.
I know, for no reason. She has no reason
And
to.
I whispered no.
Because I grew up in the palace, and my dad was like the really good general, and oh wait, I had a really good
But
life.
difference though between the two is at the end Rorschach did the ultimate hero thing, and Teela would never do that.
Actually, my life was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Exactly, because no, seriously, like, yeah, I was raised by a good dad, and he was a general, and I did cool missions, and
Like I said, outside the dumb 2020 talk, her friend is us.
Her idea
Teal
of a hero.
is how we see a hero, and she's saying no. Because they're telling no, that's wrong.
Then the old lady pops out. Oh, hello. Where you keep coming from? You met this lady one time. I can understand if everything was. She could like go with them. How's it going? And she keep like going everywhere.
did you get it?
Got that cup? You met her once. Why is that line? How do you keep popping up? It doesn't make any sense. But she's like, oh, you got my cup. That's pretty awesome. But do you want to finish the deal? The deal is finished. She gives her like, I don't know, a bag of rubles.
I love
It looks like 20-sided die from D&D.
Yeah, like it felt like it was a book because it's kind of thick.
Yeah.
Ooh, rubies.
Yeah.
I love the fact that her Teela's voice is Batman's voice.
Yeah. No, the darkness. So then she's like, oh, there's another part to this. And there's a set, and it's in Grayskull. And then they look at her face. Not Grayskull. Whoa. Grayskull. My grandpa told me stories about that. The dialogue doesn't fit. Doesn't fit Masters Universe.
It pulls you out of the story so fast.
Maybe she delivered the line like, I remember legends of Grayskull. It's in a real place.
It's a real
Not this,
place.
Whoa. My grandpa. It just, the delivery sounds too 2021.
You notice you don't get any Men at Arms. You're not getting any other those characters we saw in the first episodes that we knew. None of that.
None of that.
But then she's like, oh, you want to finish this, don't you? Then she's like, no, we can't go back. Last time I was there, there's nothing there but lies. And then she gets right back to that, those kind of dialogues.
How long has it been between things? You're still up harping on that? My goodness.
But her friend kind of gets, there's a couple of good parts, Cringer and her. Then she's like, hey, I don't know about you, but doing this kind of hero work feels like I'm worth something and I'm doing something good.
Right.
You're worth something without any of that. Then their friends looking at her like, no, I'm not. Technically, yes, everyone has worth. But if you have the ability to help people and you have the talents and the skills and you don't help people, you're awful.
Well, then Teela said, well, but being a healer is worthless or something like that.
It's
What is
bad. And then at least
She's like, no, I'm doing it.
And her friend also said, and at the very least, it's a little weird that this lady wants to go to Castle Grayskull.
And she goes by herself, she's going to get into a lot of trouble and she might die.
She might die, or she's a bad guy and she's gonna get something out of that place.
So we have to at least watch her.
And then Teela says, wait. And then she puts her arm around her and you're like, yeah, okay.
Where I go.
Here's the thing. I remember people saying that, though, this show's queer baiting. And I never liked that because I think, okay, you're just seeing stuff.
I don't know if this one not.
Look at this face. I don't know. These two shacking up. They only take one sleeping bag when they go on adventures. It's a little because we never saw this how they met.
Right.
Are you my ward? But she doesn't want to make her a hero. So I don't know.
It's a little weird.
You're one of those heroes. So
You're those type of hero.
I thought you meant a sandwich. So she doesn't want any heroes. But she decides to go with her friend because she can't ever let her go anywhere by herself.
Yeah.
She's a little controlling like that.
So she's controlling of her lady love. And then they get to Grayskull. Shouldn't there be like a big skull or something? I think Owen Wilson should have voiced this girl. It would have been perfect. Whoa, shouldn't there be like a skull or something?
That also would have been funny.
No, that was another lie.
I'm surprised she didn't say that.
I'm surprised Lynn doesn't say that
It's a
constantly.
castle of lies. It's ridiculous.
My life was a lie running
I
around.
never thought I would say this before the series started. I knew everything like this. Well, at least I rather have Teela die and let it be about this girl than Teela.
And she was the new hero, and she followed all the legends.
Yeah,
And she believed,
because she wants to do it.
and no one else believed in legends. Everyone thought it was stupid, but she was the last person in all eternity who believed in the old He-Man legend.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. And even with this lady, it would make sense that she would trust her because she's only heard stories of Evil Lynn, not actually.
What about the throne of Grayskull? You mean the throne of lies? So everything's a lie, and she hates it, and she thinks it's stupid and dumb. They go in there, and the sorceress is still there, and she has like an ember, a tiny ember of magic left. The old lady starts walking up to her. Oh, you look old. And if by now you don't get that it's Evil Lynn, you're like 7.
Yeah.
You have to be like a little kid. Then she's like talking mad smack to the sorceress, and then she's like, "Ha, it was me all along."
No, they say, "Oh yeah, Evil Lynn."
Yeah.
We know it was you the whole time. So
I said, you know what? I bet you she knew.
Of course.
When did she know? Did you think she knew from the very beginning?
Of course she knew. Of course she did.
Beginning.
I can smell you getting off the elevator. So she knew it was Evil Lynn from the very beginning. We don't know when she figured it out, but let's just assume she always knew.
Yeah.
Then she pulls out her sword and she's like, "Oh, you dumb. I only came here because to return the magic because the cup was really the skull staff." And so those homeboys were drinking out of a skull. That's tight.
I know, that's really cool.
There's nothing more badass than drinking mechanical goo out of a skull.
See, that is kind of cool.
Then she's like, it looks like she was taking the magic. No, she was adding to it. She was like, I was giving back whatever little bit this magic had into the sorceress.
But Teela didn't care, and she threw her thing.
Yeah, she was gonna kill, but she honestly thought she was doing something bad.
Yeah.
Then Cringer just snatches it out of the air, like, oh, Cringer helped.
Yeah.
How long has it been? It's like 2 weeks.
It's
not even long. It's not even a long time.
It's been a couple days. I hate everything.
Everything's going so bad in 2 days.
12 hours later.
I know.
So then Cringe's like, I like the line, if you served Grayskull or Snake Mountain, it doesn't matter anymore. We have to work together.
Yeah.
Then like you see the magic get added, then it gets a little bit bigger. Now it's like the size of a softball, or like a grapefruit. And it was like literally a match.
And then they're talking about, okay, I'm trusting this with you, and she goes, well, you trust me with this? He goes, well, dialogue's not bad. She goes, because our mutual interests align for the time being.
Because if the magic goes, you lose everything, I lose everything. We have to work together.
Yeah.
Then that's pretty dope that she put it into her staff. So technically, Evil Lynn has all the magic now.
Yeah.
In the world, yeah.
And she turns into just the old lady.
Yeah.
Which is Teela's mom. People were telling me in the comments.
So that makes sense.
That makes sense of the whole thing I wanted to see last time in the last episode. So she has nothing now. And then Cringer kind of catches her. Then they kind of explain everything. They explain everything all over again. How Eternia was the first planet in creation. All magic flows through Eternia. Without the magic, once Eternia dies, then everything dies. The whole universe dies. The sword was what brought everything in. It was it's like a lightning rod for magic. But now the sword's gone. The magic isn't coming into the planet, and then it just slowly dies.
Yeah, this next few minutes of dialogue's not bad.
Because Teela's not talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And it's funny because then this is about a metaphor for religion, so if religion dies, everything does kind of die in a way.
But here's the funny, stupid thing. So, is magic a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
If Teela's the hero and she hates magic, so we're supposed to like the hero, or are we supposed to like Teela?
No, she is the protagonist. She's not the hero, but they treat her like the hero.
Right. It's weird. They're giving her the same kind of treatment of a hero, but she's not doing heroic things.
It's like, yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
It's
It's like Tony Soprano. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, we're watching, a mob movie.
Well, yeah, bad guy, you know?
Yeah, we're
So,
cheering for the bad guy.
They explain how the sword was really made from 2 swords. One was made in the underworld, one was made in the light. So, like, they had, what was called Subteria, and then
Eternity.
Yeah, they had
Eternity and Subteria.
Yeah, they had special names. And then the magic's floating around and it goes around the other girl, and she's like, whoa, the animation there looks really cool.
Yeah.
And she's like enchanted by the magic. This is so cool. Flies around Teela, she doesn't even move a muscle. I'm too damn cool for this.
It's
F this bitch.
And what's crazy about it, when they're explaining that the worlds will end, she didn't even care.
Trillions will die.
Yeah, and you don't care.
Don't care. I hate magic.
She would, again, like a villain, would damn the universe
What
to prove it
what
right.
would Teela say at the end of Portal? The cake was a lie. It was all a lie. Ah!
Yeah.
So everything's a lie. She hates it because it's a lie. Even though they just showed it to her, it's a lie.
Evil Lynn's even on the board for this.
Is this the face of a person that you told that you need to save the universe? Is
No.
that the face of a hero?
Hey, Lynn, where's the bathroom in Castle Grayskull? Bathroom lies! Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And she's all, the throne lies.
Lies!
So everything's a lie. She hates it. Look at this face.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
just
awful.
Totally doesn't care.
This is the bad guy that you broke out of jail. You need to help us with this quest. Why should I help you? It's like that, but like an evil person.
But you know what's so stupid? He didn't have to do that.
She was never evil. Then she's like, I told you, I'm done with all this. And then even the source is like, you're special. We need you, Teela.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter. I don't do this. It's all lies. I don't like your lies. Then Cringer's like, bitch. No, Cringer's like, hey, Teela, do you remember who named me?
And she's actually walking away at this point.
And then he's walking after her. It was you. And, rightfully so. I was a little bit of a scaredy cat, but
Called me Cringer.
you called me Cringer. But it just, he kind of has this really heartful thing about, being a hero and the things that Adam did as He-Man and how He-Man trusted you. Oh, I didn't even know him. You did know him. He was your friend. Like, he's dropping truth bombs on Teela, like, boom!
He did such a good job because it was like, oh, you knew the real him. He's like, no, you knew the real
You knew him better than anyone. You were the closest to him.
Right.
And he trusted you, not with the secret of him being He-Man. He sacrificed himself knowing that you would live and that you could lead the way.
Right.
He trusted you with all of Eternia.
More, yeah, that's way more than his secret. Who cares about that?
And it's almost to the point where it's like, look at me, you silly idiot. How stupid are you holding on to that one little thing when you have a universe to save? But you're holding on to that, didn't tell me it was He-Man.
And I almost wish that she would have looked at us like I was being a freaking idiot this whole time.
And I do like the fact that he did bring this up. She doesn't admit to it, but it's 100% true. He's like, I know a lot about being scared. And I know you're not angry. You're scared. You're scared because Adam trusted you with this, and you might fail, and you're going to fail him.
Because this is bigger than you.
So there's moments of brilliance.
That's good.
That
the best friend wanting to be a hero, hate her dialogue, but her attitude is good. And then this Cringer speech is pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good.
But then she kind of gives him a head snuggle and everything, and that was sweet. I really like that. Then she kind of agrees to go along, and I didn't mean to eavesdrop. What do you mean? He was talking at normal volume. You could have heard him across the freaking room.
Yeah, I don't think a sorcery heard him, and she was all the way in the other
She's an old bitch.
Yeah, I don't understand that line. That line was...
Again, that's
It's supposed to
2021.
be funny.
Again, banter, terrible.
Awful.
The balance of 0. It's terrible.
We need one more person, and there's only one person that's a master weaponsmith that I know can help, and it's me.
I
She
know.
goes,
That's what
and
we
it's
thought.
me. Someone should go, oh, I meant Teela.
I talk to myself in third person now.
Then we see who is Man-Arms. So that's how the episode ended. Teela's just an awful person. I'm glad she decided to go on this adventure, but who's the bet she's gonna just go back to crap talking magic, crap talking Adam,
And technology.
I love technology, and I hate technology. She hates everything. Here's the thing: if this was a weird thing where this was her turning point, and then she started being like old Teela
She won't
again,
be. She won't be.
No.
I don't think she will.
Because the problem is, on these shows, when you see a little bit of progression, it goes back again every time. It never keeps progressing.
It's 1 step forward, 10 steps back.
Yeah, every time. Every time. You can count a clock to it. It's ridiculous.
So we have Evil Lynn, best friend, Teela, and they're gonna go after Man-Arms. So this is a very what numbers? This is like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
It would have been a 0 if it wasn't for the 2 little parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they even
Cringer
told her,
and the friend.
Turney's going to die.
Everyone, not just that, but everything, the whole
He's
universe.
going to die.
But I was lied to. If you're lied to, you don't have to do anything for anyone ever again, ever. And if even for other people that had nothing to do with the lie.
Yep. And you don't have to trust anyone ever again.
If you lied to me and there was a house filled with burning on fire and there was little kids in there, I don't have to call 911. I don't even have to try to stop the fire because you lied to me.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So if I tell you that, hey, you need to call 911, you don't have to listen to me.
Nope, because you're a liar.
Yeah.
You liar. Pants on fire. It's so ridiculous.
It's so bad.
Again, if it's been a long time and you're still holding on to that, you're a bitter, disgusting, nasty person.
You need to let
No,
that
but according
go.
to we said, oh, it's only been 2 hours. Now. It's only been 10
It's
minutes.
just her. She just walked out of the thing and she saw a pair of clippers and she shaved her head. And it's literally the very next day.
You would be really funny too. Those people drinking the freaking robot juice. Man, that happened really quick, guys.
we went Mad Max pretty fast.
Oh,
You
jeez.
know what else I did like about this? I know we didn't talk about this earlier. Why did they have the crap on for a kid Skeletor?
Oh yeah, and they also dumped on him too.
Yeah.
Oh, all his plans failed and he never did anything great. Okay, well.
Why do you have to have a dig on the old He-Man fans? It's just constant daggers. That's what I can't stand either.
I was an incomparable boob.
Yeah, but that's funny though. That's ridiculous. At least he admitted it though. I love that. See,
Remember when he got that puppy and he kind of liked it?
Yeah, he did.
He kind of
He had
wanted
to pretend he didn't like it. He had to pretend he
I
didn't
hate
like
this
it.
thing, and he's like, come
It's
here.
like-
That's what makes Skeletor iconic.
No, best line ever is when Beastman's like, I didn't know that. It's like, I could fill a whole book with things you don't know. Jeez, sure.
Peace, man. I can fill a book with the things you don't know. So
That's funny.
I don't know. This is we have 4 more episodes or
Oh.
5. Oh, yeah, 4 more. This would be a good turning point. Like I said, a good turning point for Teela to start kind of coming back to old Teela, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
And the series can kind of steer the ship. It was a hard bank, and you can kind of get it.
But I think it's just instead of getting away from the bank, they're just gonna keep hitting that bank. Why don't you just keep on going into it, maybe?
Smash through.
Yeah.
So we have a slight easy left turn coming up here, Kevin. You want to start turning that wheel? Okay, we hit the side a little bit. You can start turning, Kevin. It's just
right?
it just goes right off.
The engine's on fire.
Kevin.
I'm not turning.
I wish
I'm sorry someone lied to you once in your lifetime, but you didn't have to do this.
you didn't have to lie to us, though.
But so he turns around and lies to us.
That's the real lesson
That's
to
what's
learn.
so ironic.
See, that's the real lesson to learn.
So
See,
you're
he lied
complaining
to
about me
us.
yelling because you lied in real life, you idiot.
So he lied to us, now we can never trust him again.
No, I can never trust Kevin Smith again because he's a liar.
Yeah.
Or magic or
I
religion.
honestly wish, I lived in Jersey, and I knew the men from Comic Book Men, their shop, the
What do you
secret
guys think of
stash.
this?
And I would like to get their honest opinion, get a few chinks on the wall. I won't tell anyone what's opinion.
And they're like in the shadows and the voices are like changed so they can't tell who they
I want to
are.
talk to me, Walt, Bry, all those guys.
Who like collected
Mike.
the toys and loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. No, there's no way.
No way. They hate this. I know they do.
This would be like, oh, it's really great. Slide a note. It's freaking horrible.
I know.
I don't know.
Please read when you leave the store.
I'm sure they'll never tell anyone, but I bet you their family knows their truth.
Oh, they're probably fuming.
Oh, God.
It's ridiculous.
It's
So,
bad.
yeah, we got 4 more Fridays.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, yep.
That's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.